welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello to each and every one of you, and I mean that with all sincerity. Good to have you here for this matchup tonight. San Antonio Spurs against the Atlanta Hawks. Looking at the Hawks, they know that great teams win these types of games on the road. They're definitely the better team, and they're looking to show it tonight. And another prospect who slipped to the back half of the first round in 2017. John Collins could be one of the best of the class.
Let me tell you something. This dude has some boings. His leaping ability jumps out of the jiznim. His tenacity, and he finishes with that authority.
Ferocity? Okay.
For authority.
Okay. Well, he could hurt you inside, anywhere 18 feet. And if he ever stretches out and shoots that three, now that would be impressive.
That is going to do it for now, as we get set to bring you Kevin Harlan, who's got the call.
And the Hawks with a confident look as they go into the arena earlier on, looking for a win on the road. And the game arrivals sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. The view from the skies above downtown San Antonio. We're pleased to welcome you to Texas tonight. Welcome, fans. Thanks for joining us for this Friday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with David Aldridge on our sideline. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, the retirements of Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, and Tony Parker mean the start of a new era for the Spurs. Guard Patty Mills said, "We've had great teachers, and now there's a transition. It's about teaching that culture to these new guys. We aren't going to change. Bridging the gap is going to take time. That's where leadership comes in." Kevin?
A proud franchise. Thank you, David. Now let's take a moment to check out our race for Rookie of the Year. Here are some of the top young talents in the game who will be recognized as the best of the best. And you look at Reddish, he's got some work to do in order to get into that conversation, I think, but there are plenty of games left for him to make his mark.
And while he might not be enjoying some of the success of the other rookies on that list, you can see he's already picking up on a few of the things he didn't have a grasp for early in the season.
And you know what that says to me, Greg, is that he's going to have a very big second half of his rookie season.
Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Young is out there with Reddish. And it's Capella in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for San Antonio, it's Aldridge at the power forward with Pirtle at center. Derek White is out there with DeJounte Murray. And it's DeRozan in at the 3 spot. Now, here's Capella. Back to Young. Shot clock at 5. Tries it from 19. They get it back. Capella. Here's Hunter. Hands it from downtown.
And the defense has to recognize this. Hunter is a legit threat to shoot off the catch. And the Spurs, I've heard it said, the most process-oriented team in the league.
Well, that's an understanding of what it takes for them as a small market team to be successful. A good assessment of what they have to do as the San Antonio Spurs to be good. Scouting, coaching, chemistry, all part of that.
And the shot goes down.
Nothing to think about there with DeRozan. I mean, the quick trigger, just catch it and shoot it.
Last game for the Spurs, they picked up the W against the Heat.
You could see it in that game, despite the odds going against them. Once it got to OT, they had that belief and resolve that they could win it.
And Greg, sometimes we've seen it happen where a team that's supposed to be the underdog gets the game into OT, and then the momentum swings their way.
The shot's good.
Murray is a spectacular talent, and when he gets going, watch out.
Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And Young kicks to Reddish. And Collins now top the key. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Jakob Pirtle. And he may not have gotten the same attention as some of the other picks back in the 2017 draft, Greg, but John Collins out of Wake Forest has been outstanding thus far in his career.
Really one of the league's best kept secrets. Tremendous athleticism, also great hands, and just has a knack for moving to the open spot around that rim.
And he can't get the first one. Clark, here we are mid-season, and certain teams seem to really change gear and ratchet up the intensity.
Yeah, I agree with you. And some of that is familiarity, understanding who you are and what it takes for you to win. And being healthy is a big part of that. I think teams all over the league go through stretches where they're in a nice groove and rhythm, and there are a lot of variables that play into that.
Things settle down, don't they? Rotations, routines, like you said, all those things important.
Yeah, exactly. Well said.
Here's Murray. Got a piece of it. Just about 2 minutes into the game. First quarter of basketball. Nice D from DeRozan.
Just 1 of 4 from the floor. Not the start they were looking for here.
White against Capella. White the pass to Murray. Outside White. And the foul on Cam Reddish. That's his first foul. Here's Murray coming off a solid outing against Miami. The pass to Aldridge.
Yeah, a strong defender is Capella. He uses his reach to bother shots and shooters, and I like the commitment he shows at that end of the floor.
Now here's White, and he also played a big role in their last game with Miami. Murray the pass to DeRozan over Young, and DeMar DeRozan the bucket on the assist by Murray. DeRozan's got his second bucket.
Boy, that looks like a scouting report breakdown there. I mean, the defense has to know where DeRozan wants to do the most work. That's his sweet spot there.
Now here is Young. He's coming off a 19-point game against Phoenix.
You know, right now they're just 1 for 5. Rough start so far.
Young against Murray. Pass to Pirtle. He kicks to DeRozan. 6 to shoot. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
It's common to see wing players improve their perimeter shooting in the league, but DeMar DeRozan's most striking growth has been his ball handling and playmaking. He's been dynamic with the ball in his hands.
Shooting 2.
No good on that one. And Greg DeRozan watching a ton of films of guys like Andre Miller and Sam Cassell operating in the pick and roll.
Not only that, Kevin, to strengthen his left hand, he'd use it for daily activities like writing, leaving no stone unturned to become an expert initiator.
And for Atlanta, they come in off a good outing against the Suns. White, wide open, he fires. That 3 off the mark. The Hawks trail by 3. And Reddish with the slam.
And get a low, fat move. We don't get to see plays like that very often.
No, we don't. Sailing in off the baseline for the reverse stuff.
That was special order delivery there, guys. What a dunk.
Here's Aldridge following the bucket by the Hawks. Shoots it, and Capella sends it back.
Over a 7'4" wingspan for Clint Capella. That's long, folks, and makes him an intimidating shot blocker.
And the Spurs with possession here. 5 to shoot. Murray kicks to DeRozan. Over Hunter.
And really, Hunter can guard every position. This is something that makes him incredibly valuable.
Reddish. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. And for the Spurs, they're shooting a lowly 30% to start this game out. No good on the three. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. They trail by 1. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
Yeah, and that one, they caused a lot of misfires with their intensity on the defensive end.
And the hustle they showed on that end was infectious, contagious. I mean, their squad really got after it.
Now Murray after the missed 3 from Trae Young. Here's DeRozan. It's hauled in by Clint Capella.
Hey, how about imagining if they were hitting their shots, how big the lead could be. But so far, that's not been the case.
How about the vision from the crafty little guard? Young excels at realizing when his guys have clean looks.
San Antonio's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. Taking a look at Atlanta. They're 4th in the conference and looking to make a move the latter part of the season.
And right now for the Hawks, they were a team that no one knew quite what to make of entering the season. But as the year's gone on, it's become clear they're legit contenders.
Abundantly clear. I mean, they can compete with any team in the league, and I think they still have some upside, room for improvement.
And the last 2 drafts, the Atlanta Hawks aggressively making trades to assemble this roster.
And drafting DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish, great length and versatility on the wings. You pair that with Trae Young and John Collins, and that's an exciting young core for the Hawks.
First free throw is good.
Just a bright young offensive talent. Young isn't shy about forcing the action. Takes a lot of trips to the line.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
And the foul on Cam Reddish. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
And that's 2 fouls for him this quarter. A 3rd would be a problem.
Teague is checked in for the Hawks. Murray against Young. And Capella sends it back. Another shot. That shot no good. So the Hawks will take it the other way. Here's Hunter. That one doesn't go. Nice D from DeRozan. Murray left side. Can they get it? Drills the three-pointer. Murray's got 5 points so far.
Well, you know, that part of Murray's game has to be there for him, and I know how hard he's worked to improve his three-point shooting. Good to see.
Young outside. Down low. Here's Collins. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Rudy Gay's checked in for Pirtle. Here's Murray. 5 points in the game. Pass to DeRozan. Second chance shot. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
Boy, Aldridge using those long arms of his to corral that offensive rebound.
Young taking his time here. Inside. Here's Capella. San Antonio with the rebound. And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
and the next one puts them in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the stripe.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Trey Lyles checked in for Aldridge. Bellinelli comes in for DeMar DeRozan. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for White. That's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. The Hawks trailing. Here's Herter, and he goes in for the dunk.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight, neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
So it's the Spurs now after the basket by Atlanta. Gay outside. Shoots over Capella. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Now, there's an example of good defense beating good offense.
Knocked loose, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Bellinelli. And Atlanta has possession. Here's Herter.
Tell you what, say what you will about Gay and his defense, but he's working at it. Tireless effort.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Hawks.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
And that one falls for Bellinelli. The Italian Marco Bellinelli, one of the league's best sharpshooters, and Greg very comfortable shooting on the move.
He always seems to be floating one way or the other on his shot. It wouldn't work for most shooters, but he uses it to evade the D.
Well, how do you think great coaches go about making that connection with their players?
Well, it starts with being candid and holding the player accountable. Great players want to and need to be coached. And great coaches find a way to do that effectively for that individual and for the team.
It's stolen by Bellinelli. Here's Mills. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Always going up for the alley-oop here, and Dedmon throws it down.
Jeff Teague doing exactly what a point guard should do, setting up his guys nicely.
And it's Mills with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. They trail by 1. Pass to Bellinelli. Bangs home the trifecta. Bellinelli's got 5 now. He talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
Now, here's Capella. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Fires from deep. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. San Antonio's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Now here's Mills. D right on him. Gay scanning the floor. Just 5 to shoot. Makes it off the glass. And it's a 4-point Spurs lead.
You know what? When he's got the chance to get inside, Gay's going to take it, fellas. I mean, he doesn't waste those opportunities.
Teague, the pass to Dedmon. No good from outside. And San Antonio shooting a lowly 30% to start this game out. Forbes dishes to Mills. Here is Forbes. And it's Lyles in the corner. Those 3-pointers off the mark. The Hawks trail by 4. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
He just bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right here.
He'll take those all day long.
Mills passes to Lyles. Kicks to Forbes. To Lyles. Now the pass to Forbes. Pass to Mills. From deep 3-point range. San Antonio getting another chance here. Basket counts, and the Spurs lead by 4.
You've got to be aware of him at all times. He's a bully on the backboards.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
Damian Jones is checked in for Capella. The Hawks trail by 4. 1:16 left here in the opening quarter. Now here's Dedmon. He's covered by Gay. Here's Bembry. Converts on the jumper for the easy 2. Bembry's got his second basket of the game.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Wiles kicks to Gay. And the layup falls.
Good, strong, aggressive finish by Gay there. That'll get a thumbs up from the coach.
Atlanta's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Now here's Teague. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. 7-second difference. Shot and game clock. Gay dishes to Mills. Pass to Forbes. Deflects the pass. And it's out of bounds to the Spurs as San Antonio retains possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Now here's Mills. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. From deep. His 4th shot, his 4th miss. Still looking for his touch tonight. Here's Bembry. Jones for 3, and the last second attempt does not go in for him. And that does it for the first quarter. Spurs lead by 4. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. And in 2018, DeMar DeRozan opened up about his battles with depression, hoping to have a positive impact on others.
A lot of people ashamed to talk about it. Even myself, for a long period of time, people wonder why I was such a quiet guy, and that was part of it. Not wanting to speak out about it, not wanting other people to know exactly what I was going through. But you get to a certain age where you feel like it's all about helping others. It's not about you just being a selfish person about the things you're going through. Other people going through stuff as well.
Yep, you love the honesty and the bravery to step forward and tell his emotional story.
Yeah, he opened a dialogue. Kevin Love following his lead to talk about anxiety. Athletes as public figures can have a broader impact than just entertaining, and we see it over and over again.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, you know, the defense, guys, is just disruptive, active, and energetic, and you can't afford to be loose with the ball against these guys.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. We've got Dwayne Dedmon. Teague out there with Bembry. Then it's Jones. And it's Herter in at the small forward position. Now here's Jones. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Bembry. Covered by Wiles. 9 feet out. And he overshot that one, missing.
Well, that's a rare miss for him inside. He may have just rushed it a bit. Maybe lost concentration, too.
Mills with it. Stolen. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. The finish. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Rudy Gay.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Craig.
He's off on the first. And Clark, when you think back to your playing days in high school, what memories come to mind?
Well, just the fun of being able to have success all 4 years I was at St. Joseph High School in Cleveland, the way the city rallied around us my senior year when we had a chance to play for a state championship. Unfortunately came up short. The teammates and coaches and teachers that I had a chance to enjoy those 4 years with, all really fond, special memories for me. And, you know, guys, the Spurs team dinners, the stuff of legends, just building camaraderie and getting to know one another and being orchestrated with care by head coach Greg Popovich. They enjoyed the finest restaurants and great food and drink, but the fellowship and camaraderie, probably the most important part of those dinner gatherings.
Here is Forbes, still looking for his first bucket in this one. He dishes it to Gay. Tipped away. Feeds it to Pirtle. That shot is off. Good D by Jones. And Clark, the act of getting dinner, sitting down to a meal. As a team, it brings people together.
It really does, guys, and I can't overstate it. When you get a chance to know your teammates off the court, it adds to your ability to play for them on the court. It can't always be just about grind, grind, grind. There has to be some compassion, some caring, some understanding, and sometimes the best places to do that are at restaurants with good food and good drink.
Back to Young. The Hawks working the ball around. And here's Collins. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Phoenix.
Yeah, but the rebounding in that game as well was just tremendous. I mean, he dominated the backboard.
This is his second trip to the free throw line. And that one falls for Collins. And some changes here for the Spurs. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for Gay. Derek White comes in for Marco Bellinelli. And Murray's subbed in for Bryn Forbes. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Hunter's checked in for Bembry. Second free throw, no good.
Well, the shot repertoire of Jakob Pirtle, mostly 10 feet and in is his strength. He's an old school big man in every sense of the word, but efficient in what he does.
The Hawks trail by 4. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jakob Pirtle. That's his third foul of the game.
Already he's looking at his third foul. I think the coach will probably look to sit him down until the third quarter.
And Young kicks to Hunter. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. And Young with the basket on the assist by Jones. 6 points for Trae Young. And Clark at 7 feet tall. Pirtle a live body in there.
He's live and he's also no stiff, guys. Pirtle can catch and finish. He's active in defending. Gets off the ground quickly and easily. I like his package as a big guy.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Spurs.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown. And in a league that's obsessed with threes and layups, DeMarcus Aldridge defying the trend, really feasting on a steady diet of mid-range jumpers.
Now, here's Hunter. 11 points last game. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And the foul goes against San Antonio. And that turnaround jumper of Aldridge's, Greg, just impossible to defend.
Long arms, that high release point, when it's falling, well, we saw him give OKC 56. This man can take over.
The first free throw is good.
An athletic forward with a versatile skill set. Hunter has also proven he can come up big in big moments.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. Mark, a big part of your game was rebounding. You controlled the glass so well. What's one thing you would tell young viewers if they wanted to improve their rebound?
You know, I'm a little bit out of the norm here, but the biggest thing to me for rebounding is pursuing the ball. Boxing out is important, but pursuing the ball and good timing are the most important elements of rebounding. And that's what I would have players focus on. Pursue the ball.
Reddish's shot is good.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Outside DeRozan. Passes it to Aldridge. The shot, no good. Collins with some nice D. Young drives in, and they take the lead. Young's got 8 points.
Solid there, just recognizing when to drive. When Young has some wiggle room, he sees it.
And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Spurs. And the pass to DeRozan. Looking to get back on track here. Rebound, Atlanta. Collins has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Pass to Hunter. Jones with it. DeRozan defending. 8 feet away, and he hits the jump shot. Jones has got the lead up to 3 now for the Hawks.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
The Spurs have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, well, the Hawks said they were going to be patient when they rebuilt their team, and they were going to do it through the draft, and they've stuck to that script. Now, Trae Young is probably the biggest name, but Atlanta's added a lot of great young talent the last 3 years. There's John Collins, Kevin Huerter, and in 2019, the Hawks added 3 more good young players in the draft. DeAndre Hunter, Cam Reddish, and Bruno Fernando. Things are looking up in Atlanta.
I would think so, too. On paper, it looks good. We'll see if it materializes. D.A., thank you as always.
Boy, what a quarter for him. I mean, he's found his rhythm, and he's really riding that wave right now.
Pirtle, the pass to Murray. Here's Pirtle. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
And Pirtle has stick-to-itiveness on the offensive glass. He just throws himself in the mix to come up with those boards.
Now, here's Reddish. A 20-point game for him in the win against Phoenix. Back to Young. The 3. San Antonio with the rebound. DeRozan's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's White. And he hits it to tie the game up.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
Pass to Jones. Back to Young. In the corner, Collins with it. To the middle. And Young with the basket on the assist by Collins. Young's got 12 points now in the quarter.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Passes it to Pirtle. Fires the 3. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got his 8th rebound here tonight. And stolen by Murray. Looking for Aldridge. He gets it there.
You know, we know Murray's got some creativity to his passing game, but no need to be creative there. I mean, he sees the wide open man and zips it right to him.
Atlanta's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Here's Young. He kicks it to Jones. Dishes it to Reddish. Down low, here's Young. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
They've been going to him an awful lot this game, and you can see why. He's pouring it on.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. And, of course, there's no questioning Cam Reddish's talent level. Greg, he has a high ceiling.
Yeah, I mean, great size, length, the fluidity as an athlete. He can make an impact at both ends of the floor, shoots the 3 well for a young player, and you love his ability to match up, really 1 through 5.
Trey Lyles checked in for Jakob Poeltl. Then for the Hawks, Clint Capella, he's checked in for Jones. Wayne Dedman comes in for Collins. And it's Teague in for Reddish.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Now, here's Dedman. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Capella kicks to Hunter. And it's sent back by Aldridge.
He's not an easy guy to get a shot up and over. Aldridge has those long arms, and his timing's good, too.
The Hawks have gone 8 of 13 in the second quarter, well above the 50% mark from the field.
Well, you look at Jeff Teague, and his game does not have a lot of flash, but his handles, those are rush hour caliber. This guy has that ball on the string, folks.
And with Teague, Clark doesn't do anything flashy, but the stats do add up.
Yeah, he's very steady and quiet, understated. But you watch him out there, and he's a competitor now. Before last year, Teague had made the playoffs 9 straight years in a row, and that doesn't happen by accident.
That free throw, no good.
And you know what I like most about Teague is his confidence. I mean, he's unflappable. He's cool and composed, and yet plays the game with a real fire.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Gay comes in for White, and it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. The pass to Lyles. The ball's knocked loose. Teague drives in, gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
Yeah, you could see how Teague was probing the defender there, seeing if he could catch him leaning and drive to the rim. Nicely done.
Spurs trail by 3. DeRozan scanning the floor. Over Hunter. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Atlanta's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Here's Young. Looks good, is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
Boy, you got to be in awe of what he's doing this quarter, actually destroying the opponent.
Now Mills. No points in the game yet for him. Lets the 3 fly. Another miss. His 6th of the night after 6 shot attempts.
And if you're looking for the main reason that they're trailing in this game, well, look no further than his shooting. I mean, he has hit exactly 0% of his shots.
Inside. It's Gay on the wing. Now, here's Dedman. Hunter, the pass to Young. Gay with the defensive effort.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
DeRozan tries again, and that's 2 points on the layup. DeRozan's got 7 points.
Well, 1 make and 6 attempts. I think it's fair to say he's had a rough start to this quarter.
Pass to Capella. 1:33 left in the first half of basketball. Young's shot is off.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And it's DeAndre Hunter with the foul. That's his first foul. And the Spurs with some changes. Bellinelli, he's checked in for DeRozan. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Patty Mills. Then for the Hawks, Kevin Huerter comes in for Hunter. And DeAndre Bembry's subbed in for Trae Young. Now here's Gay. He's coming off a 13-point game against Miami. And a quick look at how Atlanta's schedule shaping up. On Saturday, they'll go back home and they'll be hosting the Detroit Pistons. And then on Monday, they'll be matching up against Kyle Lowry and the Toronto Raptors.
2 shots.
And for that matchup with the Thunder, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
Yeah, you know, when I covered Gay when he was in college at UConn, he was an outstanding player in the Big East, and it was pretty clear he had a bright future in the NBA in front of him, too.
Rudy Gay hits them both. 1:12 left in the first half. Teague with the ball. 9 points last game. The dish to Capella. Over Aldridge. And it's sent back by Aldridge. And he's able to get it back. San Antonio trailing here. There's 42 seconds left to play here in the half. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Atlanta's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. And Teague, here we go. Yes, that goes in.
Yeah, they've gone away from the triple as they look to protect this lead.
Yeah, you know, sometimes that can be a mistake, but they weren't shooting it especially well early on, so I think it makes sense to shy away from the triple.
Here is Forbes after the made shot from Jeff Teague. Rudy Gay on the wing, fires for 3, rebounded by the Hawks. Here's Bembry. He has 5. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots at the game right here.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
And I don't think there's any question about it, guys. He's got to bring that percentage up. I mean, those are the kind of free throw numbers that will get you in a coach's doghouse and get your teammates a little mad at you.
First one falls for him. And he makes both free throws. Here is Forbes. Here's Aldridge. And that one released in time, but no good. Trae Young, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Atlanta. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Jeff, you guys had a great first half. Is the key to the second half to continue to be that aggressive?
Yeah, we got to play defense. They're a really good team. They're going to play hard. They're real physical. We just got to come out and keep guarding.
Jeff, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. We saw Trae Young lighting it up in the first half. He ended up with 17 points, 2 assists, and 1 steal. The first 2 quarters went very well for him. Kenny, what was your take on Atlanta?
More spectacular play by Trae Young. It's not just the skill set, it's the instincts of the game. Makes quick reads, and he's decisive.
Shaq, what did you see from San Antonio?
What impressed me the most was the effort they put into the offensive glass. Second chance points really added up for them. Fighting through box outs, battling for position, they own the offensive boards.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the floor for San Antonio, it's Aldridge at the power forward with Pirtle at center. White is out there with DeJounte Murray, and it's DeRozan in at the 3. Now, here's Hunter following the miss by DeRozan. Young in the corner. Capella trying to free himself up. And it's Young. That time on the assist by Collins. Collins has got 3 assists now in this one. Outside DeRozan. And DeRozan throws it down hard.
Well, guys, we've seen DeRozan. He's got tremendous bounce. And when he's airborne, not only is he up high, he's strong while he's in the air, too. Really special.
Now, here is Young. Clock at 6. Trying to find Capella. Gets it to him. And the Hawks getting another basket right there.
And that's the growing confidence from Capella, showing he's capable of adding to his game over time.
So it's the Spurs now. 8-point game. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Murray dishes to Aldridge. Over Collins. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And Clark, ordinarily quiet by nature, LaMarcus Aldridge has become a more outspoken leader in recent years.
Yeah, and that's a good sign. Sometimes you have to get out of your comfort zone for the good of the team. Aldridge is, by nature, a laid-back, quiet guy, and sometimes that can work against the team. But in his case, he realized that he needed to be more vocal and stepped into doing that.
That free throw missing.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of neat to see Aldridge take on more of a leadership role. He's somebody the younger guys can look up to.
And he's good on the second. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Murray against Young. And here is Capella. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. Shot by Collins, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Murray outside. Aldridge against Collins. Ring shot on the way. That one's in there. The Hawks lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Aldridge.
You know, whether he's posting up, spotting up, or working the pick and roll, Aldridge has a versatile game.
Now here's Capella. And that one's good. Hunter.
They found a nice groove in this half, starting out 3 for 4.
And Murray's got the ball here for the San Antonio Spurs. Outside, White. Now Pirtle. Outside, DeRozan. He feeds it to Aldridge. 5 on the clock. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Clint Capella.
How about that for the old up fake? Aldridge knows exactly how to get a defender off his feet.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one.
Yeah, it's good to see him with his free throw percentage up over 80.
Guys, he is close to where he was last year in that category, but his numbers are still down just a skosh.
The free throw drops for Aldridge. And so LaMarcus Aldridge nails them both.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
Here's Young. Banked in off the glass. Young's got the lead up to 8 now for the Hawks.
You know, fending off the defense well there. Young solid at just being crafty enough in these types of situations.
For San Antonio, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Murray surveying the D. Pass to DeRozan. Aldridge against Young. Back to DeRozan. The 3. Rebounded by Capella.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
And finished off by Collins.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, my cousin LaMarcus Aldridge is not the flashiest player, but he is respected. His former teammate in Portland, C.J. McCollum, said he hasn't changed his game to try and fit the new NBA. He shoots mid-range, scores under the basket, strong as heck. He knows who he is. And Kevin, LaMarcus isn't really my cousin, but his game never goes out of style.
You're right, D.A., and he is still getting it done. Thank you.
What's up?
Regarding super teams, Clark, you and I have talked a lot about this. Many fans view them in a negative light, but they're actually something we've seen around in this game for a long time.
Yeah, you're right. So often we become prisoners of the present and we forget about what transpired in the past, but the Celtics in the 60s were as dominant as any team in the history of the game. The Lakers in the 80s, the Bulls in the 90s. But I guess fans have a complaint because they feel those teams came together more organically compared to what seems to be a movement by free agents that has led to dominant championship teams. Although the Warriors pretty much have built their championship team through the draft.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
So it's the Spurs now. They trail by 14. Passes to Aldridge. To the inside. And the dunk by Pirtle.
Aldridge keeps his head up and his options open. He's a team-oriented guy with a good basketball IQ. Excellent pass.
And stolen by White. White. Nice persistence to tip it back up and in. White's got 7 points in the game.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by.
but only if you grind hard enough to get yourself in tight before the shot goes up, guys. You've got to get your work done before the shot is attempted.
And the foul on Cam Reddish. That's his third foul of the game. Mills, he's checked in for the Spurs. Spurs trail by 10. The pass to Aldridge. Over Collins. Aldridge, good. Aldridge has got 7 points here in this quarter.
Well, you've got to push Aldridge out farther. I mean, he's too big and too skilled from this area.
The Hawks leading by 8. Here's Young, and the shot goes in. Young's got 27 points.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Here's Mills, following the basket by Trae Young. Mills looking it over. He can't get that one to fall. Good defensive work there by Young. Here's Reddish, and stolen by White. Pass to DeRozan. The shot, no good. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And finished off by Collins.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Here's Mills, following the bucket by the Hawks. Outside DeRozan. Looking to get it going. It's good. He's got 11.
Check out the body control from DeRozan there, guys. I mean, clearly there's contact, but it's almost impossible to affect his shot.
Pass to Collins. And finished off by Collins.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard.
Guys, it is symbolic of their effort here tonight.
Now here's Mills. Defense is right there. Here's Pirtle. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Pirtle's got his third bucket of the night. And so it's Young who brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. 10-point lead. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Reddish has got 6.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. San Antonio calls timeout. Without question, Trae Young displaying his skills today.
I mean, he continues to burn them with his scoring. The coaching staff's going to have to come up with a different approach defensively.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Trey Lyles checked in for Jakob Poeltl. Gay comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Bellinelli, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Bryn Forbes in for White. Atlanta also making some changes here. Kevin Hurt checked in for Hunter, and it's Teague in for Reddish. Now here's Teague. He has 5. Right side, Collins. Passes it to Herter. 6 on the shot clock. Another shot, Capella. Corner shot. That's good from Collins on the assist from Capella. Collins has got the lead up to 14 now for the Hawks. The Spurs have gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. Now the pass to Bellinelli. To the paint. Here's Gay. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Now here is Young. He's got 27. Capella kicks to Collins. Pass to Capella. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Herter, no good. Spurs trail by 12. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. So it's the Spurs now. And they double up Gay. Kicks to Mills. On the wing, Bellinelli. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From downtown. Rebound by the Hawks. Capella's got his 18th rebound here tonight. All over the place. Pass to Teague. To the inside. It's stolen by Wiles. And here they come. Here's Forbes. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Hawks. A chance now to check out how the All-Star voting is shaping up.
And I tell you, the excitement starting to ratchet up a little bit as the tallies start coming in.
And you look at Capella. He'll be a starter if things stay the way they are now. He's sitting at the 4th position in the Eastern Conference voting.
And I hope they do stay that way. He's been so good this season. It really would be a shame if he missed out on a spot in the starting 5 for the East.
A great All-Star weekend it'll be. We'll keep you updated as we get closer. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Spurs trail by 12. Here's Forbes. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Here's Young. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Young's got 29 in the game.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Not many empty trips for this group. It seems everything's falling for him this half.
Now here's Mills. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And there's the feed to Gay. He kicks it to Bellinelli. Gay trying to break free. The shot by Bellinelli. No good.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Here's Mills following the basket by Trae Young. Fires from the line. Second shot opportunity. Offensive rebound. Wiles inside. Capella's there. Wiles no good.
Well, I cannot believe he didn't capitalize there. And neither can he.
Young. Rebounded by the Spurs. Ways to get back into it, but they've got some time.
The tendency can be to really rush or push the game, and they need to avoid that. And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
For San Antonio, they have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line. The Spurs making a switch here. Murray's checked in. Then for the Hawks, Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Capella. Damian Jones comes in for Collins. And it's Bembry in for Young. That's good from Rudy Gay. Now here's Teague. He's got 5. He dishes it to Dedmon. It's Jones on the way. Passes it to Teague. And Rudy Gay picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. .26 seconds left in the third quarter. Teague, the pass to Bembry. Teague against Murray. Second chance shot. Bembry shot good. Bembry's got 9 points.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
From deep. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. Trae Young, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Atlanta Hawks. Setting up teammates and getting buckets. He is looking as determined as ever. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Fourth quarter on the court for the Hawks. Dwayne Dedmon is out there with Jones. Then there's Teague, and it's Herter in at small forward. Now here's Jones. Teague with the ball. Murray with the defensive effort. Gay dishes to Murray. Outside DeRozan. Spurs working the ball around now. Teague against Murray. Shot clock at 6. From deep. That shot off. So the Hawks will take it the other way. Here's Bembry. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. And it's DeRozan with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. 15-point game.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Bellinelli for 3, and Jones pulls it down. Jones has got 4 rebounds in this game. Bembry the pass to Herter. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Hawks.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
And he knocks down the first one. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Trey Lyons. Hunter's checked in for the Hawks. He's off on the second. Spurs trail by 16. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
San Antonio calls timeout.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Back to Aldridge. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Aldridge has got 9 points now in just the second half.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Here's Bembry inside. Here's Dedmon. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. And the Hawks lead by 16. The Spurs have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Outside DeRozan. Down low. Basket number 8 for him on 13 tries. That's 62% so far.
Boy, DeRozan showing you good recognition there. Saw the gap in the defense and fired the pass to the wide open man. Doesn't get much better than that.
Here's Bembry. Back to Teague. Three-pointer. Rebound San Antonio. Here's Murray. And there's the pass to Aldridge. Rebounded by the Hawks. Hunter's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Bembry. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for San Antonio. White comes in for Marco Bellinelli. And a change for the Hawks. Reddish, he's checked in for Kevin Huerter. And he sinks the second. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Spurs trail by 15. Murray outside. Here's Aldridge. DeRozan trying to get open. And Aldridge the basket on the assist by Murray. Murray's got assist number 5 here tonight. Teague deciding where to go with it. Pass to Dedmon. Kicks it to Reddish. Pulls up. That one a little long.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
The Hawks leading by 11. And here is Teague. Feeds it to Dedmon. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. DeRozan in the corner. And the lead is down inside single digits.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
You know, it's taken a big run, but they were able to get back into this one. Very impressive. No quitting these guys.
Now here's Teague. In the corner, it's Hunter. Back to Teague. Over in the corner, Reddish. Just 5 on the clock. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. White down low. Dedmon defending. And it's White missing.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
2 shots. Foul. Elbow. 2.
And look at how the hustle game has been going for San Antonio.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end.
That free throw, no good.
And he looks totally out of sorts here at the stripe. Those defenders aren't afraid at all to body him up and force him to earn his points at the line.
And the Hawks making a change here. Capella's checked in. Now here's Murray. Pass to White. Outside Aldridge. Passes it to DeRozan. Fades back. And he can't bank that one in.
Feels to me like this team is going to need more from him, guys. I mean, if they're to erase this deficit, he's got to step up.
Now here's Reddish. He's covered by Murray. Fades and shoots. That one drops for him. 8 points for Cam Reddish.
Well, he could have earned some style points there, but he really doesn't need to use the fadeaway when he's that wide open.
Left side, DeRozan. Over Hunter. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Nice shot by Poeltl.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Here's Bembry. To the middle. It's deflected. Here's Capella. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. A chance now for a 3-point play. That's on LaMarcus Aldridge. Collins checked in for the Hawks. Trae Young comes in for DeAndre Bembry.
One shot.
Free throw no good for Capella.
And, you know, one of the things you admire most about Clint Capella is that he plays to his strengths. He doesn't do stuff that he can't do. An athletic big man who, in that way, is similar to DeAndre Jordan.
Now here is Aldridge. This is to DeRozan. Pirtle kicks to Aldridge. The wide open look here for DeRozan. The Spurs rebound. Pirtle. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on Collins.
Boy, I like the way Pirtle uses his 7-foot frame. So skilled in how he earns calls, draws fouls on his way up with the shot.
He misses the free throw.
Boy, Pirtle is a massive guy, somebody that uses his height exceptionally well to get high-quality looks.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Reddish the pass to Hunter. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
With a number of moves and shots to choose from, Hunter is scary. Nice bucket there.
The pass to Murray. Back to DeRozan. Inside. Aldridge misses. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Hunter, the pass to Collins. And stolen by Murray. Outside DeRozan. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Good work defensively by Capella. Reddish with the ball. White's there. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Reddish. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Spurs trail by 15. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Pass to Murray. Back to DeRozan. 6 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Capella. Reddish with the ball. Wide on him. A shot by Reddish, no good. San Antonio's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only 1 of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket.
You know, they'll take the points, but I'm sure Coach would prefer a higher percentage look next time.
The Hawks leading by 13. Now Young launches it. Hunter, no good. DeRozan in the corner. Drops in the tray. DeRozan's got a couple of 3-pointers now in the fourth for the Spurs.
You know what, guys? I really think they want to see more of that from DeRozan. You know, make that 3-point shot a bigger part of his arsenal.
Collins wide open. He fires. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Here's Murray. And it's DeAndre Hunter with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. DeRozan finds Pirtle. They grab their own miss. Here's Aldridge. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And, you know, Aldridge is a load to deal with. When he gets good position, you pretty much have to be physical with him.
And that one misses.
And just so frustrating for a team when you collectively go cold at the line. And that's happened to them here in the second half.
Good on the second free throw.
Well, you have to like how he's challenging the defense now in the second half. Getting to the line for a lot of free throw opportunities.
Young against Murray. Young with the ball. Takes it from 10. Rebound San Antonio. Pirtle's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Capella kicks to Young. Jacks up a 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Well, he's demanding the ball. He wants it, and he's coming through. I mean, you can see why his teammates trust him down the stretch, guys.
Pass to Aldridge. And here's White. Here's DeRozan. The 15-footer. Good. DeRozan's got 19 points.
Well, this is a shot DeRozan can make, and I like the fact that he knows his strengths on offense and plays to his strengths.
To the left side wing. Here's Hunter. DeRozan with the rebound. DeRozan's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Here's Murray. Aldridge trying to break free. And it's Murray that time on the assist from DeRozan.
You know, that's one thing, guys, Murray's never afraid to do. Lean in, draw contact, and put the defender in a bind.
Young. And he gets it to go. Young's got 36.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Here's Murray following the basket by Trae Young. Outside DeRozan. 1:39 left to play here in the fourth.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
Here's Reddish. Nice D from DeRozan. And it's DeRozan with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. Here's Pirtle. And he uses the glass on the layup. That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 14 rebounds. The Hawks leading by 11. Young outside. Pass to Reddish. Back to Young. Over Murray. Again, the Hawks good for 2.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for Atlanta.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
Yeah, you know, I thought the result might be a little different this time around, but clearly I was mistaken. And now they'll have to wait till next year for a shot at revenge.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Trae Young.
Well, I thought he was their catalyst tonight, guys. Moving the rock, actively looking to set other guys up. Outstanding work.
Now, here is Young from past the arc. Hunter, no good. Left side, DeRozan.
DeRozan always drawing fouls because he's very aggressive in taking it to the hoop.
First free throw is good, and that brings them to within 10. Both teams deciding to change it up. DeMar DeRozan hits them both.
You know, guys, DeRozan hasn't just had a great NBA career. I mean, he's had international success, too. 2 gold medals with Team USA from the Rio Olympics and the 2014 World Cup.
Johnson over to help. Shoots the 3. Good on the triple. And the Hawks lead by 12.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. And they got it done.
Releases. San Antonio again missing. Young passes to Fernando. Here's Young. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. So long and good night, everyone.